And that experience of feeding and connecting together and talking, that was a really proud moment because I knew I had a hand. As a 5-year-old, I have a hand in feeding these people.
Hi everybody, it's Dani Valent here with you for summer series on Dirty Linen. We are kicking back, maybe on the sun lounge, maybe on a front porch, maybe we're sleeping in a little bit, maybe we're on a nice walk. Wherever you are, I'm really grateful to you for hanging out with me this summer. For our summer series, we are chatting to beautiful foodie people and finding from them about a time that they realised how important food is to them. A time when they realised food anchored them, opened their world and connected them to others. Our guest today, I'm excited to have Gilava Pour on the podcast. She has recently launched a business called Exotic Bazaar, which brings the flavours of the Middle East to home kitchens, including mine. I'm really a fan of her energy and her products, and no doubt we are all soon to be a fan of her stories. Gila, welcome to Dirty Linen.
Hi, Dani. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a real thrill to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I have been calling Australia home since 2008. I came as a skilled migrant because I'm a software engineer by background and worked as a computer programmer. So I came here, worked as a programmer, and then my love expanded and wanted to share my culture and my food with Australia, and that's when I started Exotic Bazaar, keeping it brief so we can go into more details in the questions. Basically a migrant from Iran, and now I'm just sharing my love and sharing my food with Australia.
Beautiful. Well, I've had a taste of your passion for food through your meal kits with Exotic Bazaar. Tell us a bit about the brand and what you do.
So with Exotic Bazaar, the core value of the business is to share Middle Eastern flavors, and through the love of food, we want to change the narrative, change the conversation about Middle East, because food is what connects us all. So that's the underlying mission of the business. And we started with a range of food products that makes it easy for everyone from all backgrounds to experience the beauty and the flavors of Middle Eastern food and Middle Eastern culture. We have a range of meal bases, so basically similar to other meal bases that you find in the supermarket for, Indian food or Thai food. You get these sauces, you just add 2 ingredients, meat, veggies, legumes, what you like, and there's instructions. Simmer them for 30 minutes and your meal is ready. We also have other products, but the core of the business is to make it easy for people from all backgrounds who probably have never even tasted Middle Eastern food. Now they can cook Middle Eastern food at home and experience the flavors.
Well, I mean, I've eaten quite a bit of Middle Eastern food, and I love Persian food particularly. I would also say I reckon I've never bought a meal base. It's just not how I cook. But when I tried yours, I was like, this is actually delicious and super easy. And everyone loved the food and polished it off in no time. So if we were to start with one of your meals, which one would you recommend?
Based on the tastings in different tasting sessions and markets we've had, there are 2 flavors that people love. One of them is our Persian walnut chicken. This one is a walnut-based sauce, sweet and sour, and it goes usually with chicken, but you can also make it vegetarian. And the other one is our Turkish meatball that people really like, the Turkish meatball sauce. It has full of flavors, but it's really easy to make. And I found most Australians love the meatballs, so they find this sauce as another way of, actually you can have a Persian walnut chicken with meatballs as well. So I think these 2 sauces, based on our experience, are the ones that people tasted, and I have not had even one person who tasted and not buy it straight away.
Wow. And, I reckon for anyone with a Persian background to put food in front of people, it's like your heart is on the plate. It's in the bowl, and you know that you're competing with grandmothers and aunties and mums. Is it nerve-wracking for you to create these flavors and put them out there for people to try?
Yes, I have lost so many sleeps and I still lose sleep over it. When I receive a good feedback from Iranian about it, especially one of our meal bases is the Persian herb stew, qorme sabzi. This dish is the one that, you know, families have their own recipes and people are proud of. I call it the national dish of Iran. So the fact that I dared to make it, and I know people like it. I've gone through so many taste testing and we had a version 1 iteration of it. But still, when someone says, I liked your qorme sabzi, that's like literally like getting a gold medal of Olympics for me. I am still scared. I'm still very, very, very nervous about what people think because I don't want to mess with it. And I know that I can never compete with people's moms and aunties and grandmas. I can never do that, but I try.
Well, you're very brave. Gila, let's get to the heart of this podcast, which is you sharing a story about a time when you realised how important food is to you. Do you have a story up your sleeve for us today?
Yes. So my story goes back to when I was really young, probably 5 years old in my memories. We used to go to the north of Iran where my dad is from, a place called Amlash. And that place is where my aunts and all my cousins were living. And the life every day would be around food. You wake up, you start with treating the ingredients that you're going to use for lunch or dinner. The day would start with a big pile of herbs, different herbs that we put in the middle on like a big tablecloth that you put it on the floor. In Iran, we call it sofre. We have a sofre for cleaning the herbs, we have a sofre for preparing, and we have a sofre for eating the food on it, so different sofre. So you have all these herbs and all the kids and all the women sit around. We all sit there and clean the herbs. We start with a massive pile of herbs, so big that I could not even see my cousins from the other side. And as we work through it, we just make eye contacts, you know, and each kid is assigned to one type of herbs. Like you may get parsley, you may get chive, you may get coriander. I usually would place myself in the parsley or chive corner because that was the easiest. And you clean the herbs and then you prepare the food that is usually we use a lot of herbs in our cooking. You prepare the food and then the lunchtime or dinner time comes. Everyone sits around and everyone talks about the food and eat and enjoy together. And that experience of feeding and connecting together and talking, that was a really proud moment because I knew I had a hand. As a 5-year-old, I have a hand in feeding these people. And that was a happy moment because I grew up during the Iran and Iraq war. So that was the moment that I felt safe. That was just that safety that we got from, you know, that meditative moment of working with herbs to that togetherness of eating and happiness, the moment that we would forget about what's happening out there, how much trouble we have. The water could get disconnected, the power could get disconnected, but you kind of forget about all that and connect through food.
Oh, Gila, that is such a beautiful story. There's so much in that, and it's really powerful. I just love that image of you finally seeing your cousins over the pile of herbs. It also makes me think of, I co-wrote Salamati, a book with Hamid Aliyari, who also is from Iran. And I learned a lot about the Persian use of herbs through co-writing his book. But he tells this story of, coming to Australia and going to the supermarket and seeing one of those tiny little plastic clip packets of coriander. And when you've got, 20 grams of herb in a packet and it's sold by the piece. And just his absolute mystification about the place of herbs in Australia when you bring us into that room on the sufra with you and your family, I'm reminded of that story and of, I suppose, how differently ingredients travel across cultures, but how they are always an opportunity to connect and learn as well.
Yes, and in Australia now we have, I mean, probably before we had as well, but all these, fresh food markets that you can buy still big bunch of herbs. So, yeah, but seeing that little pack of herb in supermarket is a very sad experience for every Iranian.
Love it. So Gila, tell me about a dish that you love cooking over summer. Is there some Australian summer produce that you get really excited about attacking and doing something beautiful with?
One summer produce is, I mean, it is available all year round, but we only have it in summer because eating in season is really important for us. And it's not a cooked food, it's a cold food, and that's watermelon. So one thing that a staple dinner, I would say my mom and dad probably have it every night during summer, is bread, feta cheese, and watermelon. And it's a flatbread. So you buy flatbread, you have some feta cheese, you get a piece of watermelon and possibly a piece of mint, and make a little rolled sandwich or wrap out of it. And that's the cold dinner that you would have. It's light, it has that sweetness, it has that saltiness. So that's one of my favorites that I look forward to have in summer.
Oh, I am looking forward to that now too. That is fantastic and makes me look forward to hot days where that is going to exactly hit the spot. Gila, such a pleasure to talk to you. I'm really grateful to you for sharing your stories and being part of Dirty Linen's summer series. I look forward to connecting more with you as time goes past.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I really enjoyed this conversation.
So did I. Thanks, Gila. This is Dirty Linen, and I'm Dani Valent. We air the issues that the hospitality industry finds hard to talk about, hearing from different people with unique perspectives. We want to hear from you as well. If you have something that needs to be said about a topic, get in touch so we can include your perspective. Contact us at dirtylinenat deepintheweeds.com.au or hit us up on Insta at Dirty Linen Podcast. We can't wait to hear from you.
This